Is the Israel of the Middle East God's chosen people? Second part. According to traditional Jewish belief, specifically within Orthodox Judaism, Israel awaits a human leader, not a divine one, a descendant of King David, to bring them physical and spiritual redemption. This makes no sense because if they are not waiting for a mystical being, then why hasn't someone from the line of David already emerged among them to bring them the peace they long for? Israel's main expectations include the reconstruction of the physical temple in Jerusalem, the gathering of all Jews in Israel, the establishment of universal world peace, and the spreading of knowledge of God to all humanity. Something they could have already achieved if they had chosen one of their own from the line of David to fulfill all those expectations. But it is both ridiculous and astonishing since they raised their children in an environment of war rather than peace, where military service is mandatory and therefore unavoidable from a very young age. Despite the fear and anxiety caused by uncertainty about their children's safety, many parents take pride in their children's ability to serve in combat, and they consider it a fundamental duty to protect their homeland, their people, and their community. I, Christ Lisbeth, being God and a mother, do not understand that and never will. How can a father and a mother feel proud that their child is going to fight physically and be exposed to the danger of being seriously wounded or killed? That is inconceivable to Christ. How can they raise their children to one day fight in military conflict to defend their nation? Isn't Israel supposed to be God's chosen people? Why don't they trust in God's protection? Because they know God is not with them, and because they have suffered much misfortune, destruction, and death due to their passion for violence, which is why they are always at war with some nation. They do not trust in God, just like the United States of America, which proclaims in God we trust, but does not actually do so. They get involved in wars because all men are warmongers. They love conflict and love having an advantage over others. Israel has been living a lie for many centuries, believing that they are God's chosen people when they are not. How can a nation that is constantly at war and in which Jewish men treat women as if they are inferior to them believe that God is with them or that he approves of such atrocities? In certain strict patriarchal or ultra Orthodox communities, men can use religious laws, such as refusing to grant a divorce or withholding documents to control their wives. And when domestic abuse occurs, which is always unjustified, they tend to blame the victims of the violence. God the Father and Christ would never be with such a people, which is why it is obvious that they are not. You foolish men, Christ is a woman and she is already here on earth. She is God's promised land, the chosen place where God walks and dwells. And anyone who is united to her, the true vine, is part of God's chosen people who are blessed with God's peace and protection. Christ has come like a thief in the night, and that is why you have not seen her. She is neither from Israel nor the Middle East, nor of the lineage of David. Christ was physically born in Cuba and was spiritually resurrected by God the Father Melchizedek in the United States of America. Amen. To be continued.